there are women out there who think that they can hold a man by the just because they look fabulous, sweetie. Slay, queen. Well, guess what? Things are definitely changing. That power is being from women, all right?
Did you loses her ever-loving mind? And when I discovered this, I was so ashamed of women everywhere because I was like, this is so contradictory. This is exactly against what we've been promoting for the longest time. And then introspection arrived. The mirror appeared. And I was like, I've never been rejected by a partner before. So I genuinely don't know how I would react if my partner rejected me. I'm literally speechless. Like, I would feel repulsive because men stick it everywhere. So
no, they don't. Not anymore. Men do have feelings and emotions. So if you are trash talking them the whole time and you are making them feel less than, and then you think they're not going to be rejecting you, no, sweetie, they will. Because they can get hurt too. They have feelings too.
So it's like, are you not attracted to me anymore? Are you
I don't think that's
depressed?
the case.
Like, what is happening?
Probably depressed. Yeah, I don't think it is not the attracted part. I feel like if that happens, and this is like the first feeling that a woman would get, like the first thing on her mind would be, oh, he's not attracted to me anymore. He's cheating on me. He thinks other women are more attracted. Instead of actually looking at themselves and be like, maybe it is me who treated him such a way or did this and that made him feel less than, and he doesn't want to, because it's not everything, you know?
Feminism is absolutely a loss for men. That is the honest truth.
But also
because patriarchy built a space for men to win off of the losses of women. For example, men gain a family. They don't have to do much to get that. A woman not only potentially loses her life, but she loses a life that she understood. Her mind literally changes. Her body changes. She often has to form a new relationship with the world and herself, while men just continue to be themselves.
No. Maybe physically, like they still have the same hormonal balance that they always were born with. They have no problems whatsoever when it comes to that. But mentally, to become a father, to have all this obligation of having to like raise the family and take care of the whole family, that takes a toll on a man as well. It's not like it's fine, it's completely fine, whatever.
The same thing happens with men's careers. Women were in the home, building a home for men, not expecting men to come home and to add to it. He was only detracting from it. He came home and he took his dinner, he took his clean clothes. He often disturbed the peace within the home, and that was allowed. There are many ways in which men win at the loss of women within a patriarchal system. It's a bad faith argument to say if women really want feminism, they'll go 50-50 with you. You're asking women to compensate for the loss of access to them. When men are losing access to women due to feminism, women are gaining back their autonomy. Autonomy that was always theirs to begin with. Autonomy that men and society collaborated to take from us. And when you say, well, now you can work, now you can do this, so you can pay 50-50, it ignores all of the other things that women are still currently facing. Right now, women's rights are on the table, even our right to vote. But you're left.
I don't want to go there. We should have the right to vote. I 100% agree with that. But if that means that I will have to deal with all the other shitty parts of what life and society are putting me through because of equality, I don't know. Honestly, is it even worth it? Let me know.
Less concerned about that and more concerned about 50-50. You're less concerned about actual equality, actual fairness, actual equity, and what feels fair to you now that you've lost something. Losing access doesn't feel fair, but it is.
Men don't want sex, ladies. They just don't. They don't want sex. They need sex. Some of the men were like, girl, what you talking about? I want it. No, you don't want it. You need it. It's an absolute necessity for men. The problem is he doesn't want to have to beg for it. He doesn't want to always feel responsible to initiate sex and intimacy. And here's how a man deals with rejection. The first time you reject him, it's like, okay, no problem. The second time you reject him, he stops trying. The third time you reject him, he's no longer interested, and he literally disconnects. He turns distant. He turns cold. He'll climb into bed. He'll watch a little bit of TV at night, turn his back to you and go to sleep. And he's angry about it. He's frustrated about it. He's disappointed that he has to fight for something that God told him he was owed and due. Because sex for men isn't just physical. It's how he experiences connection. It's how he experiences acceptance. It's how he experiences affirmation and closeness. What you think is merely a biological reaction is actually how your husband connects with you. Men become emotional once they physically connect. Women need to feel emotionally connected first, then they want to be physical.
That's what we are different.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, we definitely have a problem because men don't understand women and women don't understand men. And we are completely different, and that is completely fine. We just have to maneuver through it, especially in marriage, living with partner in the same house, below the same roof. You have to understand each other. You have to understand each other's needs and wants, but also needs. So just refusing one thing for a man and then expecting all your wishes to be fulfilled is delusional. And using that one thing that a man needs in order to get whatever you want is villainous.
Doesn't that sound quite problematic? We ain't on the same page. Different designs, different makeups, different DNA.
The moment you have to beg your man for sex, the bar is so fucking low. You still show up for him, pretend like nothing happened, just accept the fact that he doesn't find you desirable anymore, that he doesn't pursue you. And
I don't understand people who beg for something like that, women or men. I've never in my life been in a position where a man had to beg or I had to beg. How low do you get that you make a man beg for it? The man you love dearly. What? I don't understand. How is that even a thing? That should not be allowed.
Still make him the 4-course dinner, and you still make him a hot bath, and you still give him his protein shake after the gym. What the fuck is wrong?
Excuse me, wait, what? You are giving him what? Can we go back?
Fucking low. You still show up for him, pretend like nothing happened, just accept the fact that he doesn't find you desirable anymore, that he doesn't pursue you, and you still make him the 4-course dinner, and you still make him a hot bath, and you still...
You make him a hot bath?
Give him his protein shake after the gym. What the fuck?
You make him the protein shake and you give him the protein shake after the gym? Sweetie, you don't have a man. You have a child. I make a hot bath for my baby. I give him his milkies before bed. Like, what are you on about? That's that you are being a mother to that man, and that doesn't work. All right. If he asks for it, I will do it. But if he expects it all the time, I'm sorry, I'm nobody's mom. Like, okay, we can be calling each other that, but not really. We ain't becoming that.
What is wrong with you? Choose your own dignity over anything else. The secret to make yourself desirable for him again, the secret to have him chase and pursue you again, is not giving yourself up, is not having to prove your own value and your worth, is not coming his way, reassuring him and draining yourself out to prove how desirable you are to him, to pull away. Give him distance, give him space to
Don't make
actually
him
psychologically,
stuff.
mentally, and physically come your way.
You make dinner for both of you. You clean the house for both of you. Making a bath for a... I'm sorry. I'm not even asking anyone to make me a bath, all right? Don't expect it from anyone either. It's all right if you want to make it and surprise me. Yeah, that's great. But to expect it on a, life basis? I have no idea how people live like that. I feel like there are some women out there who think that if they do all of these things for a man, that he's gonna stick around and love them more because they have this motherly instinct and they think they should shift that motherly instinct towards the man as well because he is, after all, mama's boy or was at one point. Those are not real men. They know what a mom is and they know what a wife is, and it is not the same. All right, it should never be the same. You don't want to end up with your mama in bed. So I don't know. That's weird.
He's right there, so loyal, so reassuring, so compassionate, always doing everything from like a crazy control freak. There's no room for mystery. He has you exactly where he needs you to be. Boring. That man's gonna look for other options real quick. Match his energy. pull away. The reason why he's not turned on, why he's not desiring you, why he's not pursuing you is because he knows exactly where you are. He knows exactly that you're always going to be there. That when he says jump, you jump. That if he wants sex, you're going to jump on. That is what you need to take away from him.
No, you don't take that away from him. You take away the hot bath. You take away the protein shake. You don't take that thing away. See, like, this is manipulation. And we are not doing that. That is not all right. It's not fair.
The routine, the predictability, the safety that you desperately crave as women, don't give that to your men. That is what kills any sexual desire. They need room for mystery. They need room for a man to challenge, to be able to think of you, to be able to fantasize about you, to sit on the edge of their seat and think,
we are not talking about married women, right?
let me put some time and energy into her. Be a mental challenge to him. The moment you act indifferent, the moment you switch up the routine, the moment you pull away, that man is gonna get some pep in his step. Because the threat of losing you is one of the sexiest thing to a man. The chase is back on.
No, so basically what she's saying, the chase is back on and it needs to be on for the rest of your life with that person in order to please him and for both of you to be happy and satisfied. Where does it end? Because he ain't chasing the whole time. All right. At one point, he will be so fed up with that indifferent feeling of also of the feeling that he has to work for it all the time. Like, I don't know. I don't think this is the advice we should be taking.
And if you don't believe me, let me ask you this. Why do they always come back when you already moved on? Exactly.
Yeah, they are coming back because you made a challenge, and once they overpass that challenge, they're not gonna do it again and again and again. At one point, they're gonna be fed up and move on. All right? Because you will not be always ready to change and shift those games and play those games with those men. Simple as that. It is not worth it. You're gonna both end up in something that you don't desire, and both of you are not gonna be yourself at the end of it. You wanna be with someone who you don't have to be a mystery to them. You should be yourself. You should be who you are. Open book, and they should accept you for that and love you for that.
Dating is hard as a single woman. It is awful. It's honestly
Did
worse
you say
than I
dating
could
is
have
hard
ever
as a
imagined.
single woman?
What?
I honestly, it was easier being single at 19 than it is as a 25-year-old.
What? Really? Can you believe it? Man, spitting fast. This podcast, a must watch here, whatever.
That's fucking crazy.
That's
Why
insane.
though?
I feel like guys used to have so much confidence and they'd approach you. Like, I don't know, when you're younger, it's just so much easier. I
They
feel
haven't
like.
been rejected as much.
Yeah. And
Duh.
now I'll go out and I'm like, woo, you know, I'm going to get some
Ooh,
attention
I'm getting
tonight,
older.
and no one speaks to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I the most hideous human in the world?
Yes.
Like,
No. Me and Cass always speak about this though. Like,
bar is in hell.
we've spoken
Yeah.
about this a lot of times, and it seems like it's an issue that's getting more and more traction. Like, it's not actually getting solved.
No, it's not gonna get solved. It's getting worse and worse because people are listening to advice from people on the internet all the time, and I'm calling myself as well here, but they're listening to the wrong advice. What I'm saying is right, and I will admit when I am wrong. I'm not always right, but there are a lot of times when I am, and I'm sure right now I am right. Okay, this is the problem. People are like buying all of these dating advices and like these courses to become this and that. And a majority of the time, they're taking those advice from people who are not even in a relationship, who have like a divorce or 2 or 3 behind them. And like now they know what they're talking about. Just because they are blabbling and they know how to sell you stuff doesn't mean that they are right. Okay? Like, I would rather listen to someone who is 70 years old, who already been like 40 years in marriage and has a thing to say about it, than from someone who has 3 divorces, 15 kids, whatever. You know, like, this is the problem. Do not take advice from anyone and question it all the time. Keep searching. Keep figuring out. You have your own brain. Think. All right?
Never approach you and say, how's it going? actually went on a date with someone who approached me one time. He was just riding on a bike, actually, like up here, and I was just walking. And then he was like looking back, and I was like, oh my God, he's gonna come up to me. I was like, he's kind of cute. He's gonna go up to me. And then he came up to me. If you approach someone in the right way, it can be quite charming. Yeah. You know, it's funny. Sometimes I'm like in the mood for just like a 2-minute chat or like even a 1-minute chat. Yeah. And sometimes I'll just straight up say like, I'm not in the mental state to be having this conversation right now, and I'm gonna go that way.
I understand what she's saying. Like you need to be at the right place at the right time. And even if that person gets rejected, maybe it's not the right place or the right time. It doesn't mean it's them necessarily, but also it doesn't mean that they should keep pursuing over and over and over again. They need dignity. They should have some dignity.
Are not approaching women because they're afraid of the woman calling him a freak or weird or creep or threatening, when he is probably, in most cases, just trying to have a simple interaction and get her number or start a conversation. But I've seen so many TikToks where a woman will go viral for telling a story about how a man came up to her and said something very normal, but she calls him a freak and calls him weird or threatening or whatnot, probably because she just didn't find him attractive. But at the same time that's happening, women really want men to make the first move because they want an assertive man who's brave enough to come talk to a stranger. So I totally understand both perspectives, but they clash. So what do we do about this scenario? No one's talking to anyone. No one's getting any numbers. What do we do?
I saw this tweet. Men aren't obsessed with women anymore, and it's weird. And my first thought was, what the fuck are we supposed to obsess over? We're supposed to obsess over these irrational feminist values and principles? Are we supposed to obsess over these all-time high levels of neuroticism, disagreeableness, selfishness, entitlement, egotistical thinking, narcissism, promiscuity? We're supposed to obsess over these all-time low levels of inhibition and integrity? We're supposed to be obsessing over this overt lascivious behavior constantly exhibited on social media, photos, videos that were once confined to your boyfriend's phones, now on display for the world to see, constantly exposing us and desensitizing us to the female body. We're supposed to be obsessing over these detrimental mentalities and pernicious attitudes and behaviors that aren't conducive to a healthy relationship? Why in the hell would we do that? We're not obsessing because the traits that we normally obsess over, you know, feminine class, pleasant disposition, interdependent, emotionally stable, and mentally healthy, those traits have depleted significantly. Women aren't women anymore, and that's weird.
Thank you. Preach it. That was like 100% right. And he wasn't even like being mean whatsoever. He was just calling out the truth and the facts. And unfortunately, I don't even think women aren't women anymore by choice. In a lot of situations, it is like the society shaped them into becoming something that they are not supposed to be. Their nature is not supposed to be that. And they don't want to admit it because they are delusional. They are living in this bubble that they think they are right all the time. And people around them, they surround themselves with people who actually agree. Especially on the internet, their communities are all like, yes, girl, let's go. You're right. He's wrong all the time. And they're like, if these women are thinking the same and they are my peers, they are my women, you know, hashtag girl power, of course, they're going to be listening to them. And that's a problem. You know, it is very difficult to tell someone that they are wrong when hundreds of people are saying that they are right.
There's a stat on Facebook, and basically it says, men are not obsessed with women like they used to be. Y'all don't find that kind of weird? And to be honest, no, I don't find that kind of weird, because what exactly is there for men to be obsessed with in today's world? Yeah. Women have left no room for imagination, none whatsoever. It's like your sense of entitlement is out of control. Your expectations are unrealistic. Y'all walk around showing your bodies half dressed, half exposed 24/7, out smoking, drinking, partying 24/7, on the scene 24/7. A lot of y'all are not even coming with nothing to the table because you're too busy with your hand out trying to see what man got the next bag so he can sponsor your lifestyle to make you look like you're living a lifestyle to post on the internet. It's like a lot of y'all don't have common sense. A lot of y'all don't know how to hold a conversation. A lot of y'all don't have no originality about yourselves. Everybody is getting the same body. Everybody is getting the same hairstyle. Everybody looks the exact same. And it's like, y'all get that confused. Oh, well, men like that. No, men will fuck that. But men are not wiping that and they're not covering that. And I think y'all are starting to realize that. And then the first thing y'all want to say is, oh, well, they're gay. They're sassy. No, they're not. They're just tired of what you guys are presenting. And if y'all are here to give them free pussy, free looks, and free everything, they ain't got they're never going to take you serious. So it seems to me like a lot of y'all are now starting to realize that you're either losing value or have lost value from chasing attention. And now that's something that y'all got to deal with, and y'all can't face that fact.
It is so true. I have noticed that the majority of men marry women who don't look that certain way that we are talking about, but they would be dating or just casually dating those type of women. You know what I mean? Like the majority of the women that they marry, they look like really respectful, naturally beautiful women who don't do a lot of job on themselves. While sometimes you would see them clubbing with such women or just having fun with those other type of women. So just check it out. Look around. Celebrities, who they're wifing, who are their wives, how they look like. So yeah, I think it's as simple as that. And by the way, have you noticed how many reality shows look exactly the same nowadays? Like all these women who are 20, 22 years old look like they are 40 years old and they look the same. You cannot even recognize who's who anymore. Like maybe from the hairstyle you could, or maybe their name. That's it. Because they are so obsessed with looking this, I would call it like the Kardashian look. And then they all end up looking the same way. There is no individuality anymore. And men will, as I said, F that, but not marry that. Even the Kardashians don't have happy marriages, and it's not a coincidence.
She went into the reasoning behind these men not going and speaking to women, and I believe the list was scared of rejection, scared of like an HR response or being reported or Me Too'd in some way, shape, or form, not being successful, and just not feeling the need to walk up to women anymore was also one of the many answers that men gave on the list of reasons why they no longer approach women. So it's interesting.
I actually love that. I want you to let me know in the comments down below if you have a reason. Why is the reason you are not approaching women anymore? If you have something to say, let me know in the comments down below. If I see a couple of comments that I really like and I have a thing or two to comment about, I might include you and shout it out in the next video that is similar to this topic on my channel.
What are men doing wrong?
Oh, a lot. Whether it's the chicken or the egg, the men are not asking women out. Now, the bottom line is we're having a problem post-pandemic where men are not asking women out. I don't know if it's a white man disease right now.
I think it's soy milk.
They're afraid they're going to get like canceled.
My experience pre-Lauren, when I was running around my single days, like we didn't have the apps, and if you saw a woman, you had to go up.
Right. At the bar, the restaurant, the gas station.
Yeah, that was back then.
Whole Foods and say, hey, can you help me with this? Is this a good salad dressing?
Yeah, and you had to show you were interested, and you had to say something.
Take their number.
It is harder, I think, and also because of that.
But you saw what you're getting in person, so you knew that it wasn't a lie on the apps.
And because of that, also, I think when you found somebody, you were much more
interested.
Yeah, and you stayed longer.
The level of interest is higher.
Yeah, and I didn't have 18 other options, right? There was,
If this doesn't work out, fuck her. I'm going to go to the next one.
Now it's like, hey, I have 15 things. They didn't check one of the things. Let me swipe 18 other times. I'm done with this one.
All right, y'all. 4 reasons why this type of guy doesn't approach women anymore. Let's get into it. They don't play games.
Go.
The type of guy is very direct. Not into playing mind games. Or deal with women who are playing hard to get. Not into wasting their time. But 2, social media, dating game has become more shallow and superficial. This type of guy likes depth. Number 3, this type of guy doesn't like surface level conversation. He likes to have an intellectual exchange. Not too much of that going on today. Number 4, the way women date and approach relationships today completely turns this guy off. This guy is looking for a unicorn, and he is not willing to settle until he finds her.
There are more single men without kids than there are single women without kids. Yet the narrative online would make it seem like it's men out here that got kids, and it's hard to find a man who don't have baby moms. No, it's actually more in reverse. I always say
yeah, of course it's more in the reverse, because women are the one who are seeking divorces, and they are the majority of the times the one who get the child. So of course there is more single women with kids out there than single men with kids. Actually, if you think about it, that makes no sense, because if the amount of women who have kids, then there will be the single dads, but those single dads could have another woman and date another woman much easier. And in a lot of situations, these men do tend to find someone else much faster than the woman who initiated the divorce, and she is the one who ends up being single longer. Yeah. Okay. See, I came back right to it. That's how my brain works.
loneliest person is a single man.
In what universe?
In general, there are much more lonely men And the loneliest person is
we talked about that in another video.
Single woman. Because again, if that single woman tomorrow decides, I want a man's attention, she can do a few things to make it happen ASAP. I don't care who she is. That man does not have those same avenues.
And you saying they not getting no action, Jackson?
None.
Wow.
Being alone and being lonely. Alone is just a fact, and that we can embrace and make decisions about. Loneliness
feeling
has got an emotional charge to it. And that's very much a matter of perception. You can be alone and not be lonely. And you can be surrounded by all kinds of people and be completely lonely.
A lot of what's going on with men right now, it's loneliness, it's isolation, it's touch starvation, it's suicidality.
Sexlessness as well.
Sexlessness. And it's no individual person's responsibility, but the real problem with this is that these are not problems that men can solve on their own. This is exactly why this is the problem that men are experiencing. Because as men, we are taught to be independent. We are taught to
and the men are taught to like keep their emotions to themselves because it is not manly to talk about feelings. So that is also a big problem, and the society people, especially women, put it on men like, hey, be a man, all right, even though he's already a man. Like, what do you mean be a man? What is be a man? What does it mean to be a man? What does that detach? The feelings, the emotions of being a person, of seeking help, asking help? Because no, we are not preaching that today or any day.
You should fix everything on your own. And so men have fixed all of the things that we can fix on our own. The only thing that's left is the things that we must rely on other people for, right? So no one's complaining about, I mean, a lot of men are obese, but there's not like an obesity, there is a crisis, but that's not what's bothering people. That's not where we're losing the war. We're not losing the war on baldness, right? So there are lots of things as a man that you can fix in your own life. It's just the real challenge is that no one is willing to take responsibility for any level of connection with men. And so that's not something that is going to get fixed because you need another human being to hug you. Like you can't hug yourself. It just doesn't work.
Loneliness. You know where it all starts?
Virtual one.
Not with your relationship with others. The relationship with you. When's the last time you were there for you?
I remember driving in the car
I was about to cry.
Having one of those times when stuff started coming up.
Oh, driving in the car when that happens is terrible. You need to stop.
Yeah, but I'm older now.
Imagine I'm the aspect of you that feels really lonely and hurt and alone.
Yeah.
And I come up to you. What's your name?
Zach.
Zach. I'm like, Zach, I feel so lonely. Would your response be like, you're older now. Be more responsible. Is that what you tell me? Imagine that's your own kid. What would you tell that kid?
Yeah.
Dad, I'm hurt and I'm alone. I feel very lonely. Would you hug him?
Yeah.
So why are you not hugging yourself right now? That kid's right there screaming inside.
Oh, guys, can we like just hug ourselves? Honestly, we should never expect from others the love and to be fixed by others. Like others should not be fixing our problems and fixing this what is inside that is broken. They don't know how to do it. We can teach them, we can tell them, but at the end of the day, it is very important that we start from within. And then when within is not enough, then maybe we can bring others into it. But others don't know you. Nobody knows you the way you know yourself. Honestly, not even your parents, not even your mom, who is the closest person to you, whose genes you are literally sharing. Nobody knows you better than you know yourself. So you need to start asking yourself some really deep questions and maybe even talking. Have a conversation with your own self. I know maybe not too loud because it might sound crazy, but it is very important. So don't expect it from others. Expect it from yourself first. But please, when it comes to real depressive issues, seek help, and in the most cases, seek professional help. It is very important because you don't know how to deal with those things. You will have to fix them yourselves, but there should be someone who guides you through it, who gives you the steps that are necessary, because you might not know the steps. You might mess it up here and there and not know how to get or dig yourself out of it. So that is really important. All right. that is it for today's video, guys. Let me know how you enjoyed it by leaving a like or a dislike. Whatever is up to you. Just leave any kind of an engagement on this channel so I know that you are alive there and watching. Leave a comment if you want and subscribe for more. And see you next time, guys. Also, I know this was like kind of a like negative note, but also kind of positive. But I want to leave you with something very exciting. I actually mentioned this on a previous video as well, but I am coming out with merch, and it is specifically for the men out there, and the whole store is gonna be live real soon. I will keep you updated. I will give you the date, the exact date, once I know it myself. We are still working on some designs because I want to give you options, but other than that, I am so freaking excited because it's a whole rebrand. It's for the men out there, and it's specifically for the men out there, so I hope you appreciate it. Yeah, I will let you know when it's live. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.